Hey guys, how's it going? Matt here. So we're going to be talking quickly about crafting ES helmets. There's a couple things you have to do for this process to be not expensive and semi-successful. So first thing that matters is the base. Now for the ES helmets, the highest base is the Hubris Circlet, which is level 69, 154 int, 120 ES on 20 quality. Second thing you need to get is the item level to at least 78, mine is 80. Now, to craft it, you're going to need a few trans, few augs, a ton of alterations, scours for restarting, regals for when you get 2 good rolls, divining for getting your rolls perfect, and exalting down the road. Now, for the rolls itself, ES rolls, you have flat ES, percent ES, and hybrid ES stun. All are prefixes. So that takes up all the prefix slots, making it difficult to roll. Now the Helm pool itself, there aren't a ton of roll options, so you often have the chance to get one of those 3 rolls on T1 rolls, 2 regal, and hopefully exalt down the road. Now for the roll list itself, PoE Mods is still the best website done, no question about it. We can see displayed in the ES Helm category, local ES Blazing, highest local percent, Unconquerable, and the highest hybrid is Seraphins. Now, quick side note, when you want to temporarily have your helmet, you can craft percent ES up to 68%. You can craft flat ES up to 22. The only thing you cannot craft is the Seraphins or the hybrid roll. So if possible, you'd like that to be either your alteration or your regal. Now Unconquerable's value is much higher than Blazing's because of the scaling. It's scaling the flat on the helmet itself, and Blazing is simply adding flat. Now that being said, we have suffixes to choose from. If you're any attack-based thing using ES, accuracy is by far the most valued. Secondary is additional intelligence, which in turn gives ES. 5 intelligence equals 1% ES. You have the res categories, including chaos. Now for the rolling of the suffixes, they don't matter so much. You want to try to get the triple prefix ES over everything. So let's do a quick demo, and I'm probably going to start alterationing and then cut to when I get a potential roll. Oh, so we just got Seraphims. I'm not even going to bother cutting out because that was about 5 seconds. So we have Seraphims of the Corundum's, oh my god. Stun, flat stun. So we have hybrid, ES stun, and stuns. This is a craftable thing that is a good way to regal. It's one of the 3 T1 prefixes we'd like, and it is the one that we cannot craft from Haku itself. So now we regal, and we prepare to cry, as we do not get Unconquerable or we do not get Blazing. I got shit accuracy. Now you're gonna then you scour, trans, and rinse repeat, and you do this process until you run out of money, or you hit a regal into hopefully a T1 or T2 roll. From there you could craft and keep a helmet such as the one I'm wearing, which we Conquerable was the roll with fire res. We regaled into a mediocre hybrid and exalted into shitty flat. Then handcrafted on cold res, and this is a decent scenario, and that helmet could be a couple exalted. So in a new league, this is still a pricey proposition. A couple things you can do, something we've talked about before in a previous video regarding using Forsaken Masters to help, is of course to limit your pool when exalting. You want to pre-craft on a shit mod you don't want to get. Make sure it's not in the prefix pool, it has to be in a suffix pool. That way when you do exalt, there is a high chance, or it's at least more of a chance, that your exalt is fruitful. Let's do another attempt here, just for shits and giggles. Okay, so there's Blazing. So that is the T1 flat energy shield. We're going to augment it into accuracy, mediocre roll, but better than 1 life regen for pretty much fucking everybody. Here comes the regal, bam, lightning res. Now, that's pretty shit overall, but even if you got that and you were really desperate in New League, you could simply come over here and bam, craft on some Haku, at least some percent ES, and get a 280 ES helmet that's mediocre but this is more than enough in any new league. Overall, this is not a process that I would suggest in a new league. This is more of, I have 40 Exalted and it's a boring weekend, so let's blow it all. But crafting ES gear is always a risky proposition because you need 3 T1 ES rolls, and they're all prefixes, which is ridiculous to hit because you can't alteration double prefix. It's always prefix suffix. You know, you're better off in most scenarios buying your own unless you're going for some 3 T1 or 2 T1 T2 roll. Overall, there's a lot of uniques that have high ES, especially for a glove slot. You have Voidbringers, helmets, even Rhyme Gaze or Crown of Eyes has high ES. For chests, that's a whole other beast altogether, and the rolls fluctuate accordingly. That about wraps us up. Any questions, comments, concerns, as always, message me on Twitch or YouTube, Facebook, Tinder, Etsy, whatever you'd like. I'm at Lighty, and I'll see you guys later.